Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode number 571. I decided to record something externally. As you can see, we are walking along the Donegal Bay, not far from Manus estate. We came here for a walk, and we thought that we will do maybe 1 or 2 loops, and it will give us enough kilometers for the usual walk. But it seems that the full loop around McManus estate is just about 800 meters, which is nowhere near a fifth of what we usually do. So we went out of the estate, followed the road towards Salt Hill Beach, and then diverged a little bit just to explore a little bit of that area. You can see the bay, even the old stumps of the trees, which is amazing to see. I have never seen any stump in this area so much into the bay, so it must be a very old tree. Anyway, it's Thursday. Quite cloudy but dry, surprisingly. Very warm, because I think it's about 16 degrees Celsius, so quite warm for the weather in general, because warmer days were around 10-12 and we have 16 now, so it's definitely some weird warm front that came up. Not sure for how long though. Fingers crossed for the better weather as the summer approaches. We'll see how it goes. So for now, let me just keep walking, and I'll be back shortly. And welcome back for the second and probably last segment, because there's not much to talk about. As you can see, I'm in the car again, because while I approached to make a dinner, I realized that I'm missing one ingredient, and apologies for the shaking, but the car holder that I have has a long arm and obviously can't fight physics. So yeah, I forgot that I don't have tomatoes anymore, and I like to buy those fairly good quality plum tomatoes in a can, and I usually have 2 or 3 cans when I don't need it, and when I need it I have 0. So yeah, I'm going to pick the tomatoes, make a dinner, and probably sit down and write the blog post. But just to summarize today, in the first segment I jinxed it. I said it was a nice and dry. As you can see, it's not dry anymore. Started raining pretty heavily, and the temperature dropped by about 3 degrees. I mentioned that it was 16 degrees, but in fact when we got to the car, the thermometer showed 17.5 degrees. It's almost like in summer, which is weird. It's supposed to be like that today and tomorrow. So depending on what the weather tomorrow is, I might push it for the first day, the first half, and do as much as I can at work, and then take half day off for the sake of maybe going for some hike, whatever. Not sure what the weather will be though, so it all depends on that. Other than this, no real updates. The only thing is obviously that our mobile sauna on the trailer is being built. It will probably take another 2 weeks before we will finalize the last touches. I am yet to find someone who can fit the tow bar to our car, because obviously we need something to hook up the sauna and the trailer and kind of pull it. So, and obviously I need to book some time off when the sauna is ready, because it will be about at least 1 day trip to go and pick it up and drive all the way back to Donegal town. So most likely I will take 2 or 3 days off and maybe book some nights in between, and we will just treat it as a, let's say, a short city break or vacation when we will be picking this up, because we'll just drive to Cork, which is about 5 hours drive at least, I think. Probably, yeah, about 5 hours I think. And then obviously with sauna we won't be able to drive as fast as without it, so we will have to pick 1 or 2 stop points where we can just maybe, you know, do some sightseeing, relax, take a proper rest, and then continue on until we arrive in Donegal town. But that's future thinking. For now, I still have Friday to worry about at work because it's quite pressing. I have an internal audit coming, so there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So Julian is happy. He was first day at school with his new shoes. The guys were asking him, wow, new shoes, and he said, no, these are actually not new shoes, from a perspective of, you know, being produced as new. They are basically, they got new life, but they are the same shoes I had before. And they were quite stunned. The only thing that I told Julian what wasn't smart on his side is to not advertise himself a little bit as a upcoming and growing custom clothing artist, possibly. That's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of the day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.